One of the things that I missed most when I moved out of my condo and purchased my home was the inline lights that I had both in my closet and my master bedroom and a light under my sink. When I got my new place, neither of those had lighting, but I didn't want to actually do any wiring myself because, well, I don't trust myself to do that and I'm cheap and didn't want to pay somebody to do that for me. Enter this. Hello, I'm Wanderer001 and this is a review of what is classified as an LED closet light. There are lots of different ones on Amazon. I will have the link for this one down in the description area because, well, there are lots to choose from, and this is a review of this particular model because, well, again, there are lots of them out there. So for this particular one, this did come in a 2-pack, which was great because, well, I got to put one in my closet and then put one under my sink. So what we're looking at with this particular one, you are looking at a light strip that is 13 inches long, just shy of 1 inch in width, and has a depth of a ½ inch. It is made of aluminum, which makes it nice and lightweight. It has 52 pure white LEDs, which run about 6,000 Kelvin to 6,500 Kelvin, and offers 300 lumens. So obviously LEDs operate in lumens as opposed to wattage because, well, times have changed. There also is a motion trigger right there. So you can set this for 2 different modes. You can set this for an always on, which looks like that. And I realize this is not going to be super expressive because it is a bright room. So you have always on, or you have motion sense. Now, when you first turn on the motion sense, it will work regardless. However, after you first initiate it, it needs to be dark-ish in order for this to actually motion trigger. But if you're keeping this in a closet, you don't have to worry about that because, well, the closet is going to be dark-ish. The motion sensor has a field of view or degree range of 120 degrees, which is not bad for what you're going to be using this for. Now, if we come along to our one end here, our one end has our activation switch, whether it's on, off, or G. G is for motion sensing. Don't know why they called it that, but that's that. On is for always on. Coming across to the other side, you have your micro USB charging port. Now, the beauty of this is that it runs on rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. It has a 1500 milliamp rechargeable battery in it. Now, with that internal battery, it takes about 3 hours to charge. And when you plug it in, you get a little red light at the end letting you know that it's charging. However, the one thing that I don't appreciate when you first plug it into charge is all the LEDs turn on. And if you're looking down at it, it can blind you because I've done that a couple times. After 3 hours of charging, which isn't terrible, you will see a green light there indicating that it is done charging. Now, having a lithium-ion battery that is rechargeable is beneficial in that, one, it can replace things like this, which is, again, another motion sensor, but this uses AA batteries and is nowhere near as bright as this. So I put a couple of these around my house, but my parents, in particular, who used a lot of these, went crazy and got lots and lots of these to put in closets under, this is a very versatile piece of equipment. Now, to actually attach this where you want it, there is a thin strip of metal that you can put in place, and then you have adhesive tape that comes as part of the setup. My suggestion would be, and it's going to cost you a little extra, would be to go out and get some 3M command strip backings and use those instead, because one of the big complaints that I saw with a lot of the people who had this is if they tried to take that metal backing down and move it somewhere else, the adhesive tape that comes with these types of things kind of peeled the paint. So get yourself some 3M and you can move it around as much as you want. So with that said, the question is, well, how does this look in actual operation? Well, let me show you what it looks like inside of my closet when I go and open my door and go to grab something. Now, the thing with this particular light is that instead of just coming on, it actually builds up to being fully on, and then after 20 seconds of not detecting any motion, it dims itself down. So that's rather nice than harsh light off, harsh light off. It gradually brings you up to that fully illuminated state. Now, the question is, how long can something like this last? Well, the website says that if you leave it on, it will last for 4 hours. Now, I've had 2 of these. One of them is in my kitchen, the other is in my closet. I purchased these back in February, and I have to say the one that I put up in my closet that just turns itself on and off when I go in there, I have not had to recharge that as of yet. The one under my sink, well, because of testing and so forth, I've had to recharge it probably 2 or 3 times at this point. So one of the things that I found out is leaving this on the motion sensing overnight especially, my cats walk in and out of the kitchen because their food bowls are in there, and that kind of chewed through the battery because it would turn itself on and then turn itself off, and they would constantly be walking back and forth. So just know that 120-degree field of motion is good unless you have small kids or pets that are going to constantly be turning this on and off. So the question is, how much does this cost? And again, I got a 2-pack of this, and keep in mind, again, even with buying the command strips after the fact, this is still going to be cheaper than paying for an electrician, and these are more versatile in where you can put them. So with that said, this is the 2-pack actually cost me $33, which isn't terrible. Now, there are other manufacturers out there that might be slightly cheaper or slightly more expensive. They might offer different types of features, but this is a review of this particular one. I've actually been really happy with it. Like I said, I missed having that light in my closet and definitely over my sink, and I didn't want to have to do any wiring, so this fit the bill perfectly. So is $33 worth it for you? Only you know for sure, but I could say for myself, it has been a great purchase and has met all of my expectations wonderfully. So with that said, I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.